Hello everybody, welcome back again. My name is NSX and today, welcome back to this weird dating sim of sorts. So, let's just quickly hop into it, because as always, we don't want to just like mess around really. Right, load. Small talk. Right. I had almost forgotten that I was supposed to have lunch with them. Where do you want to eat? The cafeteria? Ha ha ha, that's so plain. Okay, let's go. Plain. Well, I guess. At my old school, I liked to be outside, near the back of the building. It was a good spot, but I didn't find it until near the end of my freshman year. I wonder if there's a familiar place to eat here. Misha seems to imply as much. Shizune and Misha pull towards the cafeteria, which is surprisingly not packed. Maybe some students favour eating in classrooms or outdoors. I saw some of my classmates had boxed lunches. After we finished eating, Misha picks up where we left off earlier. So, Hiri-chan, you wanted to know about clubs and stuff, right? Right? Right, Shinchun. Okay, I guess it makes sense to ask first. Exchanging little nods of confirmation. They turn to face me again, and Misha strains a posture, as if she's about to deliver a speech. Hiri-chan, do you have anything really you're interested in? I used to play soccer, but I'm not really into it. I don't follow the teams and players or anything like that. As of late, I usually read a lot. There's a book club, right, Shina-chan? Right, but it seems like they have all the members they can possibly have right now. Sorry, Hiri-chan, it's a very popular club. And she seems excited for some reason. Ah, okay. Bit too more to the point. Hiri-chan, does this mean that you don't have anything already in mind? Not really. And yet, they're still happy. Oh, God. Good. Great. That's great, Hiri-chan. Really great. Ah, wow. Why is it so great? No reason. Well, Hiri-chan, other than clubs and upcoming festival, there's one other thing. Student council. Yep, there you go. Knew they had something up their sleeves. Obviously. And it has to be student council as well, doesn't it? It's like one thing that always the main character ends up going into. Don't know why. I see, I didn't know this school had a student council. That was very melodynamic setup, though, just tell me that. I'm very sure the two of them knew this, because Shintun looks a little embarrassed about it, and Misha is laughing. Shintun quickly retakes control of the discussion. In a manner of speaking, after all, it's still Isha who has to voice whatever she says. Haha, right. Hiri-chan, maybe you should join the student council. They could use more people. Yes, definitely. You should definitely join. Why? Well, for one, we could hang out every day, Hiri-chan. Shina-chan and I are both in the student council. Actually, Shuna-chan is the president. Interesting. I'm starting to get the suspicion that Shinhun and Misha might not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk this about with. As if reading my mind, she quickly adjusts her glasses and signs something to Misha. Aha, of course. We're not trying to get you to join just because we want. We would obviously benefit from you joining the student council, and therefore have an incentive to try and get you to join. So you're admitting to that? Haha, no. We admit nothing. I mean, Hichan, of course, it would be nice if you joined. We appreciate it. But even without all that, joining the student council shows a healthy interest in the workings of one's school. Yep, that's true, Hichan. Besides, you don't want to spend time with us after school, Hichan. I can't tell if she is being genuine or this is just a really good acting. Both of them seem to be trying hard to look the cutest, although they are already pretty cute to begin with. Well, so it's settled then. Welcome to the student council, Hichan. What? No, no! Oh, see you soon. Of course it wouldn't go so easily. Yep, that's right. Though it would be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well. Shi-chan owes me kindly now. You were betting on it? Hey, my life is not a game here. Shi-chan seems very intrigued by this when Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns to her eyes. Ah, that's interesting, Chan. Let's play a game. That's not what I said. How about rich man, poor man, Hichan? If you lose, you have to join the student council. It's obvious I'm going to flip and lose. No, absolutely not. Oh, why not? Well, because you both have the same intent and therefore the same goal, which is to get me to join the student council, right? Yep. Yeah, and that isn't my goal. But what this means is that both of you can team up and I will be at a clear disadvantage. So I will have to decline. Hichan is very offended. Are you saying that you don't trust us? That we should pull something to oh, for God's sake. Just trying to say. I can't read that. That makes me sad. Sorry. It's hard to tell where her influence ends, and Misha's thoughts begin. And they're both pissed off. Yay! In order to atone to hurting a young girl's feelings, you should definitely join the student council. Wow. No! How about a game of paper football instead of rich man, poor man? Paper football. Yeah, it's a game they play in America. You make a paper triangle and then you try to shoot it past goalposts. That's the other students make with their fingers. Isn't it cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between two people, Hichan. And it's also played by elementary and middle school children. Hidachan. Aha! That means it's a game. That really separates boys from the men. More like the boys from the slightly older boys. Anyway, I'm not going to play that either. Just the fact that you know about it means you're probably surprisingly good at it. Ah, yeah, that's true. How did you know, Hichan? That was flipping obvious, but okay. Chichun frowns at Mishta, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit that so readily. I wouldn't say that I'm happy with her attempts to get me into the student council, but I'm a little curious about what the student council does here. I've never been on one before, or even known anybody who was a member, so it interests me. I also kind of like Shinto Mista. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Okay, Jen, how about Risk? The game of world domination. I don't know what that is. It's really fun, Hichan. You fight for control of the world with armies and everything. So like Shinjun would be good at this. If you want to play, we can after school. Oh really, Hichan? We can just play for fun. Hichan hasn't played in a long time, so if you want to, there's no strings attached. Well, okay. Okay, perfect. We'll see you after school in the student council room, then, Hichan. Wait, why there? Because that's where we keep the game. Wahahaha. A glimpse had told them how much I do not like this, but it's more for show than anything. So in the end, I agree, but only after getting to knowledge that I don't mean anything considerate by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends and we go back to class. Oh, there's that one again. During afternoon classes, the long hair comes back and sits down in a seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be noisy. After school, Shintuna mystically found me by the first door lobby and latched onto me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. I feel a little offended, but I've been considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disbanded that enough people have made a break for it in the past that they're on their guard. What's with the escort? This doesn't make me feel very comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transported to his cell. Mwahaha! What's wrong, Hichan? Okay. That's right. We're just going to play a game of Risk, remember? I don't know how Misha and all this seems sinister to me. I start thinking that when we sit down to play the game, they'll tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student council. Well, that's highly unlikely, but still, for some reason, it just seems like it would be so plausible. Getting to the student council room is simple as turning 2 corridors from where we started. What? That's it? This makes you guys being so on top of me seems a little silly. That's not true, Shan. Sina-chan, no, whatever. I can't pronounce the names, it's so damn annoying. Says that their life is threatened. People have shown the capability to pull off human bursts of speed. Life is threatened. Her expression unchanges. Misha signs something amusingly back to Shin, who makes a brief, baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased with herself. Misha feigns deafness and hums cheerfully. Stop that. I know you heard me. You have no excuses, unlike Shin-chun. Shin-chun opens the door to the student council room. It's very plain, surprisingly decorated room, although it's quite large, maybe even a little larger than a classroom. There's a big table in the center surrounded by chairs, and a smaller desk promptly placed in the back that I assume is Shin-chun's. There are a few regular desks and chairs attached to the ones as well. Extras, perhaps? Aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer. Just a couple of filing cabinets and bookshelves stacked with old school records and documents. Not much else. In fact, nothing else. This is a pretty bleak room. They could at least put a potted plant in here, or something. But the noticeable thing in this room is another people. Huh? That didn't make no sense to me. Are we early? No. What do you mean, no? Does it mean no one else is coming today? Yep, that's right. Before I managed to ask why that's the case, Sheena claps her hands together very energetically. Oh, good. Hey, Chan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Ah, okay. Do you want to know the rules? We'll explain them while we set everything up. While Misha is talking, Shinatun takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it on the table. Actually, this looks kind of interesting. After Misha spends a little too long for liking running around the basics with a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shinigami cuts in and declares the game has started with a decision move, slicing her arm through the air. Shinigami's aggressive is rubbing off into me. I start feeling more competitive than I intended to be when I agreed to this. Anyway guys, hope you've all enjoyed today's episode. I'm going to end it right here. So, hope you guys have all enjoyed today's episode and stuff. Remember to do all the normal YouTubey stuff. And as always guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. And I will see you all next time. Until then everybody,